Hey guys, Driven to Drive here, and for today's video, I'll be installing this new Anarchy Motive shift knob that I just got in the mail, and I'll be giving my initial impressions after driving with it, and I'll tell you if it's really a good product. So let's get into the install. Hey guys, I'm back. I've finally installed the shift knob. It's a nice matte copper finish. You see there's a bit of sheen there. And I'll just take this thing for a test drive, see if I notice anything different, ultimately tell you if it's a worthwhile mod to look into. Hey guys, Driven to Drive here, and I'm back with my updated impressions on the Anarchy Motive weighted shift knob. Now, before I get much into my impressions, I'll first talk about where I came from in terms of my shift knob. So, the first shift knob I had before this car was a modern billet standard white shift knob that I bought from AmericanMuscle.com, and it was a simple engraved white shift knob that was made of plastic, and it was pretty high quality plastic, though I'm not gonna knock it for any points there. It was the same size as the stock shift knob. Then, let's see, just a different design than the shift knob. It wasn't the leather and aluminum trim that came stock with the car. I decided to go for the Anarchy Motive shift knob because I thought, okay, compared to these other shift knobs, it's weighted instead of being a simple plastic with some engraved design. This shift knob as well from Anarchy Motive is made of metal. It's engraved, and you have a lot of customization with what you can actually get done with the shift knob. For example, I contacted the guy that was in charge of designing my shift knob, and he said, hey, is there any last minute changes you want to make before we actually make your shift knob? And I decided, instead of going with a full-on copper shift knob, to actually get something different. So I went with a matte copper, which is it's a matte black with a nice sheen of copper. And I really like this look compared to what I was originally going to get. And right there, we just went through a big puddle. So, yeah, we're not going for spirited driving right now. We're just feeling out the shift knob by doing some basic shifting here. A few quick things here and there, but nothing crazy, because this weather sucks for driving fast, and it's one of the things I hate living where I live, is that we have this crappy weather. But now let's get into the shift knob and what it actually is. As I mentioned before, it's a fully custom shift knob that I ordered from the website Anarchy Motive. It's actually a bit larger in its diameter than the stock shift knob, so you have a nice meaty grip on the shifter. It's definitely a nice change that I really like. Along with that, this shift knob actually weighs 533 grams, which compared to the tiny plastic shift knob, it's a really significant change. And that's really where your money goes when you're buying the shift knob. You do get all these custom options, and you can choose your own custom engraving, but the big part of it, I guess literally big, is that the shift knob itself weighs a lot. And I initially thought, from what I read online and from other people that I talked to about the shift knob, it's that they felt, oh yeah, it makes it easier to kind of drive the car or for shifting because you have a lot more mass that you're moving with the knob, so it should go into the shift gates faster. So with that information, I thought, okay, I'm looking to change out my shift knob because the plastic one is getting kind of old, and I want to get a shift knob that I'll actually keep for a very long time. And with the shift knob, it is a cosmetic modification. I wouldn't entirely consider it a huge performance modification, but it's a nice visual touch, and it really kind of changes the feel of how you drive the car. And I'll get into that now that I've actually driven around a bit. So, with this shift knob, I actually feel that it's easier to change gears. and it's not a very dramatic change as I was kind of anticipating. I had my expectations set a bit higher, and right after I installed the shift knob and went for a drive, I unfortunately ran into heavy traffic, and while shifting it, I just couldn't really feel it, and I just thought, okay, what's the big deal here with the shift knob? Is it really worth it, or did I just waste my money? But what I've actually found is that it is in fact easier to just row through the gears. And one thing with the Mustang, it's just with the MT82. They kind of fixed this issue for the S550 generation, but there's a weird thing where third gear can be a bit funky at times, and this is also just the thing with me. Moving the shifter into third gear is not always the smoothest, but with this shift knob, it just powers right into gear, and it works really well in that case. Now, the third gear shifting, that's more of a personal issue, but in general, I do find that rowing through the gears takes a lot less effort. I can just, let's see, rev match downshift into third, and just move the shift knob like it was no big deal. And in comparison, thinking back now to my plastic modern billet shift knob, I mean, here's the thing, I'm not going to bash that shift knob because I had it for a very long time. It was a great shift knob, definitely a great cosmetic touch for the car's interior, and, you know, just really nice. It popped out nice, classic, traditional white shift knob. But in comparison, I found that I did have to work for my shifts a lot more with that shift knob. It just felt okay going first to second, you know, that shift's easy, but with the older knob or even the stock knob, it does feel that like I have to use a bit more force to actually get it into gear. So, to make a long story short, I have noticed an improvement with shifting feel, and when I was driving spiritedly before all this bad weather came, I did notice a difference, and shifting just felt more satisfying. So in conclusion, I think I would recommend this product if you are looking for a new shift knob that you intend to keep for a long time. Because here's the thing, this shift knob, it is a very nice quality product. I will probably do a long-term review update of it if anything goes wrong, because you know a product always looks nice out the box, but the true test is after you've actually put some miles on it and actually lived with it. So yeah, I will be doing an update if anything goes wrong with the shift knob. But again, just to stress this point, this is the shift knob that I would recommend you buy if you're looking to settle and buy one shift knob to keep forever. Because it is a really small touch. A new shift knob is not always necessary. This is just one of the, you know, cosmetic touch mods that has a bit of function. So don't come into buying this shift knob thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be like a short throw shifter. It's gonna completely change how my car feels. It does moderately change the car, but just go in with the expectation that you're paying for a cosmetic modification for your interior. Now, along with that, the shift knob, in general, changing a shift knob is a good modification because it's, when you're driving the car along with the steering wheel, it's one of the parts that you're actually touching the most and actually interacting with. And I have to say, after driving with this shift knob, the matte metal finish feels very nice while just cruising along and shifting through the gears. I have to say, compared to even the stock knob, this feel is a lot better. Along with the increased diameter, that really sets it off as well. So yes, rounding back to my initial point, I would recommend the shift knob if you're looking for a very permanent cosmetic mod that does do a little bit to change the feel. And that'll probably wrap up today's video, or I guess this evening's video. I hope you guys are having a good holiday so far. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. The next video topic, I do have a list of ideas actually for my next videos, so stay tuned for those. Then in terms of modifications that are being done to the car, I'll get more into that probably in my next video when I actually have time, because I'm waiting for the bigger holiday season to come around when I have a lot of free time and can get more stuff done, because I do have something in my garage that I will be installing, and it's just waiting until I have the time to just go out there and get it done. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, evening, lunch break, whatever it is. I'll see you guys then. Bye.